Actually, I got a flyer for rec ball in first grade, and at the time I was dancing. So I love dance. I did ballet, hip hop, tap, and jazz. And I got this flyer in first grade, and it was for rec softball. And I go up to my dad when I get home, and I'm like, I really want to try this. Like, it sounds really cool. So he's like, no, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, no, like, seriously, I want to. So he legit takes me to Walmart, gets me a like $10 glove and like $15 bat. And I go out to tryouts, and honestly, it just came natural for me. It just like was flowing, and everything was going good. And like after, I just look at my dad, and I was like, "Ooh, I think I want to do this." And like growing up, my mom wanted me to be the little girly girl, dance, cheerleader, and all that. So that didn't stick. I traded the dance floor in for the diamond. I remember my first game actually pitching in 10U. I think 10U. First game ever trying to pitch. Get home, he makes me go outside and do suicides. I literally looked like I just got out the shower. So I looked at my dad, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I want to pitch anymore. I can't. And he looked at me, he was like, no, you're going to do it. I was like, okay, all right. So after that, we called around like getting lessons and everything, because I was determined. I wanted to do it because I liked it. So called and got lessons and all that. So yeah, I mean, he's tough. He still is tough to this day. So don't let him fool you.
Do you still does he still look at tape or anything like that?
Oh my goodness. So funny story is, he legit will have the game pulled up sometimes whenever I come up the stairs after the game, and I'm like, Dad, really? It's legit after the game. And then we'll go eat, and then he'll pull it up again and rewatch it. So yes, a lot, all the time.
So at what point did you realize you could take your game to the collegiate level?
So I started travel ball. I did travel around, the like area in Hartsville, Darlington, Florence, around those areas. But then Kristen Stokes, she actually played at Kentucky, and then Jordan Bizzle, who played here. I played high school ball with her. And her mom and then Christian's mom and dad like came up to my parents and like, Cayla is good enough, to go play at a higher level travel ball, like to get noticed by colleges. So I went to the tryout. I was 12. I was so nervous. It was such like a good program, a good team, like the best play on it, and I was so nervous. I remember I almost threw up before going out to the tryout. But I made the team. I would say it was my 7th grade year that I played in front of Coach Bev. So I played in a really big game against the Corona Angels. I think I was in 14U, and Corona Angels was like a huge team in California. So we played them in Colorado. It was one of our biggest games. I mean, there was about 50 coaches back and watching us. And I think then I realized, if I can compete with the best of the best at this age.
And how old were you then?
13, 14.
Okay.
And if I can do that now, then I want to go play at a collegiate level. After I committed, I was not gonna, show anybody less of myself, because I wanted to keep proving myself. I can get better. Even though I've committed, I can improve on things just like everybody else can improve on things. So definitely working to get better. I would say I didn't let myself down in that matter. But also my back did kick in around freshman, sophomore year of high school. So I had to overcome that. I sat out for 6 months my sophomore year in high school. I actually came to Mazaway, who's our doctor now here at USC. He set me out for 6 months. That took a big toll on me, because I was very nervous that it would set me back a lot coming back to play ball, and if I was good enough to go to the collegiate level again. But I came back, I worked hard in my rehab and all that, so I came back stronger. That was tough to come over, but I definitely got over it, and I worked hard to get back to where I was.
Tell me about your Gamecock fandom growing up.
Okay, so whenever I started playing softball, I knew Carolina had a softball team, so I told my dad I wanted to come to the games and watch them, everything. So I remember coming to this stadium, nothing like this. I mean, concrete, you sat on the concrete, and I mean, it was just a field, like a fence behind it. And they had like 2 batting cages over here where we have our like facility, like our hitting cages, like just 2 straight cages out, like my high school would have. I mean, a little bit nicer than my high school, but I mean, the girls would come out the dugout and then like just walk to the fans, like down here, like none of this or like the upstairs or anything. And I knew like then I was like, Dad, I want to play here. Like I feel like this program can be built into something greater and bigger, and I want to be a part of that. So I remember that game I told you about. Coach Bev was there and gave my dad a card. I mean, I had no eyes on any other college after that. I was set on Coach Bev. I actually even took lessons from Coach Bev, and after a lesson, that's when I told her I wanted to come here. But growing up, you know, I came to the football games. I came here a lot, so I was here all the time whenever they played at home, and I was just a huge fan. I was like, I want to play here.
So when did you officially commit?
My summer going into 8th grade.
Wow. So you mentioned coming to all the football games. Do you have any favorite games you went to, or any favorite memories, Gamecock sports related?
My favorite game was when we beat Clemson for the 5th year in a row. That was my absolute favorite game. I remember being in the recruiting section with my dad, and I mean, just the fans, it was crazy. There were so many Clemson fans there. I mean, it was a full house, and just like the commotion between both teams, and just to get like experience that, and the 5th win over Clemson like that year, it was awesome. I'm pretty sure, I think I had 11 offers with Coach Bev's, so all those other people were just out of the equation. I didn't even go on any other official visit. Like,
wow.
I mean, yeah, like on officials at all. This was the only one I came to.
Was there ever a thought, a creep in the back of your head, maybe I should be more open to going, listening?
I questioned myself a lot coming, like, in through high school, like, seeing these girls go on their unofficials to different schools, and I like looked at my dad and I'm like, maybe I should have like broadened my horizon and just went on just to see different places.
Yeah.
But I mean, that crossed my mind, but I don't think I ever had a change at heart of where I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm. So how many Carolina softball games would you say you had gone to growing up? Maybe, before before you came here. A round number. I mean, are we talking 10 or like 30?
Maybe like 50.
Wow, okay.
A lot. I came here a lot.
So how did you see the program progress through that time?
Getting this beautiful facility and everything. Even hosting the SEC tournament. I remember I was in high school. My high school coach brought us here to watch it.
Wow.
I mean, just a lot. And especially this year for us, we have, shocked the world. And I want to keep doing that with this program.